All right, so diving right in, I guess this time we're tackling a topic suggested by you, the listener, the Mafia.
I'm Melanie, and I have to say this one's particularly fascinating.
I'm Matt, and I think fascinating might be an understatement. More like terrifying.
Terrifying. Come on, it's history.
History that involves a lot of very real, very dangerous people who might not appreciate us, poking around in their business.
Okay, first of all, no one is sending hitmen after us for talking about the mafia. And second, let's start with something basic. The word mafia itself, it doesn't actually come from the criminal world, you know.
Man, seriously, I always pictured some shadowy backroom deal. Guys in pinstripe suits muttering mafia like it's some magical incantation.
Not quite. It actually originates from the Sicilian adjective mafioso. In 19th century Sicily, it describes someone bold, fearless, even proud.
Bold, fearless, proud. Yeah, that tracks. Not exactly qualities you'd associate with, say, a librarian.
The etymology is actually debated, but the most plausible theory is that it comes from the Arabic word marfuth, meaning rejected. Think about that, rejected, evolving into a term for powerful, influential figures. It kind of hints at that whole operating outside of society's rules, doesn't it?
Rejected. So maybe they were just misunderstood teenagers who turned to a life of crime. I mean, I felt pretty rejected when I didn't make the basketball team in high school. Thankfully, I channeled that angst into podcasting instead of, racketeering.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. The important point is that the public started associating mafia with organized crime thanks to a play in 1863 called I Mafiosi della Vicaria. It featured a prison gang with all the hallmarks of what we now consider the mafia, a boss, rituals, that code of silence.
Code of silence. So they're organized and they know how to keep their mouths shut. Not exactly the kind of people you want to cross, right?
Well, that's why it's even more interesting that actual mafia organizations don't even use the term mafia. They prefer Cosa Nostra, meaning our thing.
Cosa Nostra. You shouldn't say that out loud. Now they'll know we're on to them.
Matt, relax. No one is listening in on our conversation. The point is, scholars define the mafia in a few key ways. Some see them as a cartel of private protection firms.
Private protection firms.
Right.
Protection. More like paying them so they don't protect you from themselves, if you catch my drift.
Well, they do provide services like resolving disputes and enforcing agreements, especially in places where the legal system is seen as unreliable or corrupt.
So they're like an alternative government with slightly more violent methods of law enforcement.
You can see it that way. They become a sort of authority figure ensuring order, albeit through intimidation and force. To understand it better, take this example from the Wikipedia entry on the Sicilian Mafia. Imagine a grocer wants to buy meat on the black market from a butcher avoiding taxes. They need someone to guarantee the deal goes smoothly, the meat's good, the money's paid.
And that's where the friendly neighborhood mafioso comes in, right?
Yeah.
Hey guys, don't worry, I'll make sure everyone plays by the rules. Or else.
Exactly. They act as a trusted third party enforcing the agreement because everyone knows, well, they have a reputation.
A reputation for breaking kneecaps, maybe. Making people disappear. I'm just saying, it's not exactly a customer service-oriented business model.
Italian law actually has a specific term, mafia-type association. It defines it as a group that uses intimidation and a code of silence, omertà, to commit crimes, gain control of finances, even infiltrate public services. All for profit, of course.
Omertà. It even sounds sinister. And they're making a profit. This isn't just some petty gang, Melanie. This is organized, structured, like a corporation of crime.
You're not wrong, and that's just one type of mafia group. Within Italy alone, you have several distinct organizations. Vendetta Magliana, Mafia Capitale, the Basilisci.
Hold on. Multiple mafia groups, all with their own scary-sounding names. It's like a hydra, Melanie. Cut off one head, two more grow back.
You've got the Camorra, Cosa Nostra,
'Ndrangheta. What is this, a sneeze that can kill you?
Actually, the 'Ndrangheta is considered the most powerful and richest mafia group worldwide right now.
The richest? Okay, that's it. I'm officially terrified. They probably own half the country, maybe even the Vatican.
Don't forget, Sacra Corona Unita, Società Foggiana, the Stata.
Melanie, I need to lie down. This is way too much information for one deep dive. We're talking nationwide criminal networks. They probably have. Wait, are you sure no one is listening to us right now?
Matt, seriously, you need to calm down. And that's just Italy. We haven't even touched on the global presence of mafia-type organizations. There's Albania, America, Armenia, Azerbaijan.
Global. They're everywhere. I need a tinfoil hat. And maybe a bunker.
Matt, it's just information. We're simply exploring the topic you, the listener, requested.
Easy for you to say you're not the one who's suddenly public enemy number one.
Look, we're only scratching the surface here. Maybe we should just...
No, we can't stop now. I have to know what I'm up against. Okay, deep breaths. What's next?
Well, since you're so keen on learning more, let's delve into these international groups a bit further, starting with...
Wait, I need to adjust my microphone. And maybe install some security cameras. And reinforce my door. And
This is going to be a long, deep dive. All right, Matt, ready to venture into the wider world of mafia-type organizations?
venture. Melanie, I feel like we're marching straight into the lion's den. But fine, let's do this. Hit me with your knowledge weapons. Maybe understanding them is the only way I'll survive this deep dive.
That's the spirit. Let's start with the Albanian Mafia. Now, they're not a single group, but rather a loose network of family clans, each with their own areas of focus.
Family clans, huh? So it's all about blood ties, loyalty, those sorts of things. Makes them a little less abstract, I guess, but probably even harder to infiltrate.
Some clans engage in activities you might expect: smuggling, trafficking, but others stick to more traditional rackets. Gambling, loan sharking, even debt collection.
Debt collection. So like really intense bill collectors. Maybe they could give some seminars to those telemarketing companies that keep calling me during dinner.
Let's move on to a group you might be more familiar with. The American Mafia, or Cosa Nostra.
Ah, yes, the classics. The guys from the movies. Pinstripe suits, fedoras, those menacing stares.
Sure.
I bet they even have theme music playing when they walk into a room.
They rose to prominence during Prohibition, controlling the illegal liquor trade. They were savvy businessmen capitalizing on a market everyone knew was going to thrive.
Bootlegging, huh? Well, at least they were providing a service people wanted. Maybe they just missed their calling as craft distillers.
Over time, they branched out gambling, labor racketeering, some drug trafficking, diversification.
Always with a diversification. They probably have retirement plans, stock options. Maybe they even offer dental.
Moving right along, the Armenian Mafia is known for their intricate fraud schemes, especially in healthcare and insurance.
Healthcare fraud. Wow, that's low, even for the mafia. Stealing from the sick and elderly. They must have some creative accountants on their payroll.
Then there's the Azerbaijani Mafia. They've got their hands deep in the energy sector, controlling oil pipelines and smuggling routes.
Oil. Now that sounds messy and dangerous. Maybe they should consider a career change. Something eco-friendly like wind farms or solar panels.
Matt, I appreciate the career counseling, but I think we should stick to...
Just trying to help, Melanie? Maybe if they went legit, they wouldn't be on my list of potential threats. Speaking of which, what about the Bulgarian Mafia?
They're heavily involved in drug trafficking, particularly heroin.
Heroin. Oof, rough crowd. Maybe they could, get into aromatherapy instead. Essential oils are having a moment. Much more relaxing and way less illegal.
Matt, I get that you're trying to find the humor here, but...
If laughter keeps the fear at bay, I'm all for it. All right, what's next on our world tour of organized crime?
The Georgian Mafia is infamous for their elaborate extortion schemes, often targeting businesses with ties to the former Soviet Union.
Extortion. Sounds complicated. Maybe they should start a business school, teach those skills in a slightly more ethical way.
Next up is the Greek Mafia. Their specialty, smuggling contraband, especially cigarettes and weapons.
Cigarettes and weapons, the classic combo. But hey, maybe they have a soft spot for vintage fashion. Could be a lucrative side hustle.
Let's move on to the Indian Mafia. They're deeply involved in political corruption, controlling votes, rigging elections.
Political corruption, that's a tough one. Maybe they should just run for office themselves. At least then everything would be above board, right?
And then there's the Israeli Mafia. They've got a grip on the diamond trade, often using money laundering to, shall we say, clean up their profits.
But name it, come on, that's so cliche. Maybe they should switch to ethically sourced gemstones. Less baggage and probably better for the environment.
Matt, you're missing the point. These are serious criminal organizations. They're dealing in dangerous, often deadly things.
Okay, point taken. But it's hard not to see the irony, right? I mean, the Mexican Mafia could be artisanal taco truck owners, the Montenegrin Mafia ecotourism guides, the Romanian Mafia, Okay, I'm drawing a blank on that one.
Matt, I understand you're dealing with some apprehension about all this, but I think it's important.
Apprehension. Melanie, I'm one Google search away from buying a bulletproof vest. But fine, let's keep going. What other global mafias are out there waiting to,
Well, there's the Russian mafia, known for their brutality.
Brutality. Okay, that's it. I'm building that bunker.
And the Serbian mafia, deeply involved in...
Hold on. I need to check my windows, make sure they're locked, and maybe invest in some guard dogs. Dobermans, maybe. Or those fluffy ones that look harmless but have a vicious bite.
Matt, we're almost done. Just a few more to cover.
Yeah.
The Turkish mafia.
Turkish. Okay, I know some Turkish phrases. Maybe I can try to reason with them. Negotiate a peace treaty.
And finally, the Ukrainian mafia, who...
Melanie, I need a break. This is too much. I can't handle anymore.
Matt, there's just one more thing I wanted to...
No. I'm done. I'm out of here.
Matt, wait. It's not what you think.
They're coming for me. I know it.
Matt, no one's... Oh, boy. This is definitely more challenging than I anticipated. Listeners, maybe you can help Matt calm down. Or at least share your own survival tips. Until next time, stay safe and informed.
Okay. Oh, I'm back. Barely. Melanie, I think I need a stress ball. Or maybe a full-body suit of armor.
Deep breaths, Matt. We're almost through this. Just a couple more mafia groups to cover. Then you can go back to living your life, hopefully a little more informed about the world of organized crime.
Yes, paranoid definitely. Yeah. But hey, knowledge is power, right? All right, hit me. Which mafia group is trying to take over the world next?
Let's talk about the Russian mafia, often referred to as the Brakva. They're known for their involvement in everything from arms trafficking to cybercrime.
Cybercrime. So they're not just thugs with guns anymore. Now they're hackers too. Great, just great. I better change all my passwords again.
They're a powerful force with deep roots in the former Soviet Union. They operate with a strict code of conduct, emphasizing loyalty, and, well, let's just say they have a reputation for ruthlessness.
Ruthlessness. No. Melanie, you're not helping my anxiety here. I can practically feel the icy stare of a Russian mob boss boring into my soul.
Try to focus on the facts, Matt. Understanding their methods, their history, it's the best way to, not become a statistic.
Okay, fine. Facts. Give me facts. What else do I need to know to survive this knowledge-fueled panic attack?
Next up is the Serbian Mafia, also known as the Sudan clan. They're heavily involved in drug trafficking, particularly cocaine and heroin, and have a strong presence in Europe and Australia.
Europe and Australia, they get around. Okay, I'm officially adding those continents to my do not travel list.
Yeah.
Right after, everywhere else.
They gained notoriety in the 1990s during the Yugoslav wars, taking advantage of the chaos and instability to establish their criminal enterprises.
Taking advantage of chaos sounds familiar. Maybe I should just stay off the internet, avoid all news. Become a hermit. Would that help?
Matt, I promise once we get through these last few groups, you can go back to worrying about whatever it was you worried about before we started this deep dive.
You mean blissful ignorance? Those were the days. Okay, fine. What's next?
The Turkish mafia involved in heroin trafficking, arms smuggling, and money laundering. They have a complex network that spans across Europe and Asia.
Europe and Asia. Are we sensing a theme here, Melanie? These mafia groups, they're like octopus tentacles reaching out to every corner of the globe.
And finally, let's talk about the Ukrainian mafia, which gained prominence after the fall of the Soviet Union. They're involved in racketeering, extortion, and human trafficking.
Human trafficking. Okay, that's just evil. No career change suggestions for them. Just lock them all up.
They're known for their brutality and their close ties to corrupt government officials.
Corrupt officials. Great.
Right.
So it's not just the mobsters I have to worry about. It's the people who are supposed to be protecting us from them. This is a nightmare.
Matt, take a deep breath. We've covered a lot of ground here. I know it's overwhelming.
Overwhelming. Melanie, this has been a crash course in terror. I feel like I need a witness protection program and maybe a therapy dog.
But there's a positive side to all.
A positive side.
Yeah.
Melanie, are you seeing what I'm seeing? We're talking about a global network of organized crime. Where's the silver lining in that?
Now you're aware. You understand the scope of the problem, the different players, their methods. Yeah. That's the first step to staying safe, to recognizing the signs, to making informed decisions. Informed decisions.
Like never leaving the house again. Or maybe just moving to a deserted island, changing my name.
Yeah.
Starting a new life as a coconut farmer.
Matt, you don't need to go off the grid. Just be aware of your surroundings. be cautious, and maybe avoid making any deals with shadowy figures in dimly lit alleys.
No deals with shadowy figures, noted. So, what now? Do we just live in a constant state of low-grade panic?
No, Matt, we live our lives, we stay informed, we stay vigilant, but we don't let fear control us. Knowledge is power, remember. And now you have a little more of it.
I guess you're right. Maybe this deep dive wasn't such a bad idea after all. I mean, at least I'm prepared now.
Right, exactly. Prepared, aware, and hopefully a little less terrified.
Maybe not less terrified, but definitely more knowledgeably terrified.
That's progress. And hey, listeners, if you have any tips for dealing with mafia-induced anxiety, feel free to share. We could all use a little reassurance right now. Until next time, stay safe and informed.